I'm meteorologist Justin Storm with your winter weather update as some more blowing and drifting snow can be anticipated in some spots as we head into your Wednesday afternoon. Let's briefly touch on a historic winter storm affecting areas of the Gulf Shore, and this is ongoing from earlier today with more to come throughout tonight. Already what has fallen in portions of Louisiana and Texas, nothing short of incredible, from 2 to 6 inches of snow outside of Houston, building upwards of 10 to 11 inches of snow in a few spots of Louisiana, and these snow amounts are still coming in from earlier today. You can see those amounts ranging upwards of close to 9 inches of snow throughout portions of Alabama, and even up into the Carolinas, already getting some snow as more wintry impacts are expected down there, and this continues throughout the rest of tonight, becoming heavy and wet snow, sleet, freezing rain, everything, all sorts of a mess for places that don't normally see these kinds of conditions and could see additional snow accumulation that could push upwards of 8 or 9 inches of snow as we head throughout Georgia and into South Carolina, even additional 2 to 6 inches of snow in portions of northern Florida. Nothing but historic for areas that have seen blizzard warnings in Louisiana for the first time in recorded history earlier today. Now, up in our area, what should we be expecting? Well, some light snow is exiting our area through tonight, and those winds are lightening up. Temperatures will be staying fairly mild. We'll touch on those briefly in a moment. But throughout tonight and into the morning hours, this brings us up to 6 o'clock in the morning. What we will be watching for is a few scattered snow bands or snow showers to develop on the west side of this low pressure system up into eastern Minnesota. Now, this model will do a fairly good job, but it is not going to highlight all of the snow that may develop, and it's not going to necessarily be in the exact spot. This is 6 o'clock in the morning up till 9 o'clock, and now 12 o'clock. We're seeing more of these snow bands or little light snow ribbons, you could call them, snow flurries maybe, starting to become less and less. And as we head towards 3 o'clock, most of those are down into South Dakota. However, I would not rule anything out within the Red River Valley or over into northern Minnesota, as there will still be potential to see some of those that the model doesn't resolve. This will give us a little bit of a better idea, and this again will not give you the exact location, but you can see anywhere in gray we may see some of those light snow bands or snow ribbons that form throughout the afternoon and even into the evening hours, into the overnight hours. Could continue to see a few light flurries and snow bands out there, and it's not going to be a lot of snow that's going to fall out of this. For most spots, a very light dusting up to a quarter inch of accumulation, but you probably won't know how much snow actually falls because, well, the winds start to come back after tonight, which those winds from earlier today that were gusting into the 30-mile-per-hour range go lighter, and they start to switch out of the west and eventually out of the north as we head through the morning. And by the afternoon, most of us will see wind to some degree between 15 and 25 miles per hour out of the north and northwest across the most of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, I should just say. To read these bars, they always point in the direction the wind is coming from. Long flags or bars are equal to about 10 miles per hour, and short bars are about 5 miles an hour. This is in knots. To convert it to miles per hour, it's a little bit more than that, but for easy translation, you can think of a long bar and a short bar as 15 to 17 miles per hour, and two long bars close to about 24 miles an hour, somewhere in that general ballpark. But outside of the exact number that's going to be, the wind again is going to be a bit on the gusty side. Within that 30 mile per hour range within the Red River Valley, about 20 miles, 25 miles an hour throughout most of Minnesota. Strongest winds 30 to 35, maybe a few spots topping out near 40 miles per hour out in western North Dakota. And we will see these winds sticking around into the overnight hours and eventually starting to lighten up as we get towards daybreak on Thursday morning. And for Thursday afternoon, the wind's not that big of a deal. A few patchy areas of some gustier winds for Thursday night up into southern Canada. Now, temperature-wise, it's going to be turning a bit on the colder side again. After tonight, temperatures stay fairly mild, single digits and teens out there. For afternoon high temperatures, that's it. Briefly, teens and single digits across northern Minnesota, the Red River Valley, 20s off into western North Dakota. This brings us up till 10 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning here. It's about as warm as we're going to see most locations being, as those north winds drag that cold air back down. This is 6 o'clock in the evening, starting to break 2 or below 0 and back into the single digits and teens below 0 as we head into Thursday morning, quickly warming up into single digits and teens and then back down below 0 across Minnesota, single digits and teens into North Dakota. As I mentioned, as those temperatures do drop back into the teens below 0, wind chills will be in that 15 to 35 below 0 range as we head towards Thursday morning, and those will be a bit on the chilly side for Thursday afternoon. Now, what follows after all of this? We took a look at that Clipper system that rolls through on Wednesday. It's going to bring a few light scattered snow flurries out there. Nothing that's going to be accumulating to an outrageous degree, but just enough to get blown and drifted around. So expect some reduced visibility out there. What we will watch behind that is another Clipper system as we head into Friday. This is going to be Friday morning. We'll see this Clipper up into Canada, bringing some light snow and some scattered snow bands and showers across the area. May see a few pockets of this mix in with a wintry mix from time to time, or some freezing drizzle, so we'll take another look at this here in another day, but just expect Friday to have a few bands of snow out there, favoring later in the day, or maybe morning and then later afternoon, and then starting to pick up as we head throughout the overnight hours of Thursday and even into Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. Those bands of snow will start to exit the area, but it is going to be another windy one as we see the winds by the morning hours of Saturday gusting in that 30 to 40 mile per hour range, and the winds do stick around into Saturday night before eventually leaving by Sunday, just to have a few more bands or wind gust pockets up to about 30 for Sunday night. So mainly a little snow later in the day on Friday, mixing in with wind Friday night and into Saturday will lead to, again, the potential for some blowing and drifting snow out there Friday night, and mostly on Saturday is what it looks like right now. But again, we'll take another closer look at this in another day or so. Let's focus on Wednesday and then the cold that will go into Thursday morning before we start diving deep into what's going to happen on Friday, as this will slightly change over the next day or two. Until then, if you have any snow reports from this Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening, you can drop those down below in the comments section. And if you got any questions or comments, let me know.